Welcome dear students. In this lecture, we are going to study decision making statements. Decision making statements. We are going to discuss decision making statements in two parts. First, decision making and branching. And in second part, we are going to study decision making and looping. So first of all, let us discuss decision making and branching. Decision making and branching. In that, we will study simple if statement. Simple if statement. Secondly, we are going to study if-else statement. And third, we are going to study switch statement. So, first of all, we will study simple if statement. The general form of simple if statement is like this. Use keyword if, then in parenthesis you write test condition or test expression. Then there is an opening brace, true block of statements, must be written over here, and then closing brace. So here in simple if statement only true block of statements are there. If this test condition is true, then and only then the statements enclosed in these braces are executed. And if this test condition is false, then this true block of statements is skipped and statement X and next statements are executed. So in this way, if test condition is true, statement X is executed by executing all the statements present in the true block statements. And if test condition is false, then these statements are skipped, they are not executed at all, and directly statement X and further statements are executed. The flowchart representation of simple if statement can be drawn as here. This is the decision making box, we call it as diamond box. Right here test condition. This test condition is either true or false. If this test condition is true, then the statements present in the true block, we call it as true block statements, are executed and then next statements are executed. But if this test condition is false, if this test condition is false, do nothing and directly go to the statement X. Like this. This is statement X. And then next statements are there. So when this condition is arrived, it is evaluated. If this test condition is true, then this true block of statements are executed, and after execution of true block of statements, statement X and next statements are executed. But if this test condition is false, then it directly goes to the statement X. These statements are not executed at all. So, true block of statements are executed and then statement X and next statements are executed, or true block of statements are skipped, directly statement X and next statements are executed, depending on whether test condition is true or false. Let us write some examples. For example, if X is less than 0, if X is less than 0, then print f %d X. What does it mean? It means that if value of X is less than 0, that is negative, then print the value of X. Otherwise, go directly to this part of the program. In the similar way, we can take one more example. If, say, X is less than 3.0, then calculate Y as X plus power of X to the power 2, that is X square. Calculate Y as X plus X square and then print Y. What is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is, if the value of X is less than 3, if the value of X is less than 3, then calculate Y using this expression and print the value of Y. But if X is not less than 3, if it is equal to 3 or greater than 3, then don't execute these statements, directly go out of the if statement and statement X and next statements will be executed. So this block of statements will be executed, which is called as true block statements, only if this condition is true. So in this way, simple if statement is used as decision making and branching. Next type of decision making and branching statement is if else statement. It is the extension of simple if statement. In simple if statement, only the statements are executed if the test condition is true. But if test condition is false, then also we require some statements to be executed. In such a case, if-else statement is used. The general form of if-else statement is like this. Use keyword if, in parenthesis write test condition, then opening brace, there will be true block statements, closing brace, then use the keyword else, opening brace, and there will be false block statement, false block statements, and then the closing brace. So when this type of statement is encountered in the program, first of all, this test condition is tested. This test condition is either true or false. If this test condition is true, then all the statements present in true block, that is in between these opening and closing braces, are executed. And directly then it goes to the statement X. Statement X and next statements are then executed. But if this test condition is false, then false block statements are executed. False block statements are executed, and after execution of all the statements in false block, statement X is executed, and then next statements are executed. So either true block or false block, depending on whether test condition is true or false, are executed, and then statement X is executed. So in this way, if-else statement is used as a decision making and branching statement. Let us study now the equivalent flowchart for if-else statement. Equivalent flowchart for if-else statement. So this is the decision making box called as diamond box. This is a test condition. This test condition is either true or false. If this test condition is true, then true block of statements are executed. True block statements. On the other hand, if this test condition is false, then false block of statements are executed. False block statements. After execution of true block statements or false block statements, control is transferred to the statement X. And the next statements. So in this way, either of these two blocks, true block or false block, is executed. So control is transferred either this way, if this test condition is true, or this way if this test condition is false. Let us discuss some examples. For example, if A less than B, this is a test condition. If A is less than B, then print F A is smaller. A is smaller than B. Else print F B is smaller than A. So see here, this is a test condition. When this statement is encountered, this condition is tested. If actual value of A is less than the value of B, then this statement is true. This condition is true. And if this is true, then this true block is executed. That is, A is smaller than B is displayed on the screen. Otherwise, that is, if this test condition is false, that is, the value of A is not less than B, it is greater than B, then this false block of statements are executed. Here there is a single statement. So B is smaller than A is displayed on the screen. So either this true block is executed or false block is executed. So in this way, one can use if-else statement as a decision making and branching statement. Next, we will study nesting of if-else statement. So, in a true block of the statements or in false block of the statement, we can have one more if-else statement. If true block or false block contains another if-else statements, then that is called as nesting of if-else statement. For example, we may come across the situation like this. If test condition 1, this is a true block of this if statement. So this is true block of statements, true block 1. Else, this is false block of this if statement. Opening brace, there may be the false block statements, and in false block statements there may be one more if statement. If test condition 2, this is the true block of this test condition 2. So this is true block 2 and this is false block of 2. Some set of statements are there, and then there will be the statement X. This is the opening brace and closing brace of true block of true block 1, this is opening brass, and this will be the closing brass of true block 2. So this much is a true block 1. This is true block 1. And then there will be statement X. If you observe carefully, then if this test condition is true, then true block of the statements are executed, and after execution of true block 1 statements, the control will be transferred from this, after execution of this true block, to the statement X directly here. And if this condition is false, then else block of the statements will be executed. In else block of the statements, again new test condition is tested. If this test condition is true, then true block of 2 statements are executed, and after execution of this true block, control is directly transferred to the statement X. On the other hand, if this test condition is false, then false block of the statements are executed, and after execution of false block of the statements, control is transferred to the statement X over here. So if such a situation is there, that is true block of the if statement or false block of the if statement contains one more or two more another if conditions, if test conditions, if statements, then that is called as nesting of if else statement.